Anyway, so I love deadlifts. From max effort days to secondary movements, I'm here for it. And in an effort to achieve a really strong pull, I've come to find that the most important part of the deadlift really is the setup. It ensures proper body positioning so that your sensor of mass can remain consistent. And so that bar path, torso angle, and tensioning can remain optimal. If you don't believe me, check this out. Amber was having this issue where she was over wedging into her deadlift, which is creating a more difficult and awkward lockout. Now check out this video here where she has a better initial hip position and it makes for a lot smoother rep. That's why the initial setup is so important. Patience is absolutely key, and that's why movements like this, pause deadlifts, are such a staple movement in powerlifting programs. But honestly, these days, I've been gravitating more towards something else, and that is different tempo variations for deadlifts. This is because the force level of patience helps us create even more awareness and strength in those desired positions in comparison to something like a pause deadlift. And this is because forcing yourself to immediately decelerate once you initiate the rep forces you to be more intentional with your movement overall. I'll never be one to talk down on pause deadlifts because they'll always be one of my favorites, but it's still fairly easy to sneak in some bad habits. As you can see here, she's wedging into it a little bit more than I'd like, but that's not something you can really get away with a tempo deadlift because you're not going to be able to hold a position for an extended period of time. That simply just doesn't feel good. And this is why it is such a good movement variation for hasty pullers, people who over wedge, or maybe even people who don't wedge enough in their deadlift, because it really teaches them more body awareness. It will really allow them to learn and keep better body mechanics overall on their lift. And if you're struggling with your deadlift right now, before you make any major changes, I truly challenge you to take a step back and just relook at your setup and see if there's anything that you can be optimizing to level up your deadlift.